This is the story. I moved up to Montana. I moved out to the prairies. I was ranching at the time. And I had gone probably, I don't know, 2 months like I did this time, growing seeds indoors, ready to transplant them on the correct date. Well, I was so excited. I put out my sunflowers, I put out tomatoes, I put out cucumbers, and so many other things. And to my dismay, I woke up in the morning. I look out the window because I'm like, oh, I wonder how my garden's doing. So I just peeked out the window and I see prairie dogs munching away at everything. I was so frustrated, guys. If I have to give you numbers, I probably lost about 80 to 90% of all my crops. I was very, very frustrated. And so I'm like, okay, what can I do about this? I did some research, and everything I read, cats. So, not even a week later, probably a few days later, that same weekend, I traveled to the city. I got in contact on Facebook Marketplace, and I picked up 4 cats originally, which I wish I could show you right now, some of them, but they seem to be roaming around in other places. I brought them home. I took care of them, got them till they were old enough to be safe outside, and I let them out. Guys, I'm not messing around with this. Literally within 2 weeks, not a single prairie dog outside. And they did bring me some prairie dogs to my front step. And, you can say whatever you want, your personal opinions about that, that's fine. But this is my experience. And they brought me a handful of prairie dogs, guys, but there was probably a few dozen just outside in the beginning. I did a little bit of research, found out that whenever predators are around, prairie dogs will move their whole colonies to different areas. And so, prairie dog problem, done. And I didn't see a single prairie dog. The little bit of garden that I had left was able to grow, and I was able to get some stuff out of it. Back then, I didn't have enough time to fully start another garden, so I just dealt with what I had left. And it was pretty good, but at least no more prairie dogs were after it. What I want you to think about is whenever you see a problem, and I want to change this mindset because this is growing organically, this is growing healthier. Whenever you have a situation in your garden, whenever you have a situation with your animals, whenever you have a situation at home, think, what can I do differently that's not going to affect my plants in the future? Okay, let's stop thinking about herbicides. Let's stop thinking about Roundup. Let's stop thinking about poison. Just think what you could naturally do to get rid of your situation. Don't automatically assume that the first thing you got to do is go over to the store and buy poison, go over to the store and buy these spray stuff to spray over your plants. Guys, you're eating that. And the issue is that we've gone so many years doing this that we now believe that this is the way to do it because that's what the big companies are doing. They're spraying stuff all over our food. They're injecting stuff into our animals, and they're doing horrible things to what you're putting in your body. This is why I'm talking about that we need to have a more permaculture mindset. We need to have a mindset where we need to think how we can solve the issue naturally. Yes, there's going to be ups and downs. Yes, there's going to be issues. Okay, I want to tell you a small story that I saw online about this farmer who had an orchard. And he lives in an area where there's slugs and snails. It almost decimated his apples. And he sat back and thought, he's like, what can I do naturally that's going to get rid of this issue? And he had ducks. He did some research and found out that ducks love snails and love slugs. So he let out his few dozen ducks into the orchard, and it got rid of the problem. I mean, everything grew back. So he made it a normal thing in his practice to have a permaculture mindset. And it's just beautiful to watch how nature takes care of nature. And if you believe in God, God made everything in balance. He made things that keep everything in balance. But whenever we start to spray chemicals, you're throwing off that balance. You're getting rid of something that could help your garden. You're getting rid of something that can benefit your garden. So there are a few ideas out there. There's people that build owl houses, okay? Some people have rodent problems, have problems with little creatures that come and attack the garden. And they will make a small owl house, put it on a tree, put it on a house near their garden, and those owls will decimate everything. So I need you to change your mindset. Think differently, act differently. Go home, grow a garden, go outside, go do something to make yourself more self-sufficient. Have a good one.